our next movie, and this is one that you watched.
I did.
I did not see this movie, and this one's the Hurricane Heist. Yeah, Hurricane Heist.
And you need to take a grenade the next time. The rural town of New Hope, Alabama, has a pair of supersized problems heading its way. There's a hurricane bearing down on the Gulf coastline, and there's a team of 30 well-armed mercenaries intent on looting the local treasury facility. I'm going to stop you right there. 30?
30.
I did not count 30 people on that team that whole movie.
Really?
No. Where did you... What 30? I got 6.
This is IMDb's summary of the movie.
Yeah, there was, 24 people died on the way? What happened? Because they broke in. It was dumb. Because, okay, as you can clearly tell, this movie sucked. Because when they broke it, because the way the movie is set up is Maggie Grace's character. I don't remember character names because they're not memorable. And Maggie Grace's character, then there's this, her partner, who this Irish dude who she didn't think was actually Irish this whole time. So then he's like the mastermind of the whole situation. And the way they just do the break-in is that all of them have all these dart guns they use, so to make sure they get everyone unconscious and not have any blood spilled on the scene. So she escapes. She escapes because not exactly she escapes. It's more so, oh, the generator downstairs is broken and we need the backup power because of the hurricane. You go get this one dude who knows how to work the generator in the town, repair the generator in the town, bring him here. So she goes to go do that. So then he just so happens to be the main meteorologist's brother, who earlier in the movie, and this is about when I texted you and said I can't wait to talk about this movie when we do the show. They're in a tow truck with their dad driving down the road when a hurricane is barreling down on them. So it gets bad, the tow truck crashes, and they go run into this one house to try to ride out the storm. So he takes the boys and says, you wait here, I'm going to go get the truck unstuck. So he goes outside, blase blah, truck doesn't get unstuck. He tries to run back to the house, gets killed by a water tower. And then the house gets flipped over and turned upside down with the kids inside of it. And then right before the hurricane dissipates, you literally see a screaming skull in the clouds before they show the Hurricane Heist title.
All right. So that was a lot there.
Oh yeah.
My question is, these movies, the way that the theater audiences have been working nowadays, they are demanding quality movies be made nowadays. It's not like it was in the
90s,
early
late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, where technical advancements were something we had never seen, and we'd go watch garbage
just
to see it.
The special effects.
Yes, and it's been proving lately with the Independence Day resurgence, Geostorm, movies like this, that people don't want to see these crappy movies being made. Sharknado. Nobody's actually would ever go see Sharknado in a theater.
No.
But those movies are a spectacle because of how terrible they are and self-aware they are of how terrible they are.
Yeah, they know they suck, but they instead of like trying to present themselves as something more than they are, yes. They're like, we know what this is.
Yeah.
We're working on number 6 right now.
Yes.
If you're complaining that these movies are bad, why are you here?
Yes.
You know what you're getting into at this point.
But I mean, there's movies like I forget. There was like a storm movie that came out not too long ago. That was actually pretty good. It was I don't know. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't Geostorm, but it was one that came out like 2 or 3 years ago. That was like this Twister movie. That was actually pretty good, but that one wasn't trying to be over the top. Called a freaking Hurricane Heist movie.
I will admit that their plan is genius as far as the heist side goes, because he said, because the way it works is the reason why they're breaking into this one specific treasury, because they're breaking and stealing money that's going to be destroyed.
Okay.
So it's like, and the way they set it up before the hurricane even came, the shredder, they somehow made it so the shredder broke. Mm-hmm. So it just stockpiled money inside this treasury. So they were going to use the hurricane to get in and get out.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even tell you the best. I didn't even tell you this.
Okay.
So she goes and gets him. Shootout ensues. So then they capture him. They make him go down to the generator to fix the generator. Okay, so then now she has to go find his brother. And now this meteorologist and this U.S. Treasury agent are working together to break back into the Treasury or either get them. It's very confusing, right. And it's very dumb. And it all leads up to a point where, like, at the end of the movie, near the end, they're driving in the eye of the hurricane in 3 18-wheelers. Mind you, they say that the eye of the hurricane is the most beautiful thing because since there's no storm in the eye, you can just see the storm. It's like the sun comes out and you can see everything. And they say this eye is 40 miles wide, right?
Yeah.
So why in certain shots you see the side of walls of the hurricane, and in other shots it's like emptiness.
Yeah.
Along the same side you just showed the hurricane barreling down on them.
I felt like this movie thought that it was going to be able to milk the popularity of the Fast and the Furious movies with the over-the-top heist element.
Yeah, with the heist element, but here's the thing about it, though. None of it was really over the top.
Really?
And the most over-the-top thing they did in this whole movie, there was a scene where they were in a mall, and he said they were going to use the barometric pressure of the hurricane as a weapon.
Oh, I think I saw parts of that in the trailer.
Where he blow the roof off, they blow a hole in the glass ceiling of the mall, and basically suck everyone out. Now here's the part that's dumb about this part. The brother doesn't know his brother doesn't know this is going to happen. The other two do, and are harnessed up so they don't get sucked out.
Right.
Okay, there's also one more plot line I got to tell you about. The sheriff is in on it.
Right.
So later in the movie, when the cops come to the mall to try to barter the deal they agreed to over the radio, they shoot the glass ceiling out, and we're frozen in again.
Oh, Jesus, come on, dude. I'm trying not to tell all the story. All right, go.
No one's going to see this. It only made $3 million the opening weekend.
Yeah.
No one's seeing this movie. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So then he shoots the roof out of the mall, and they get sucked in. Everybody else gets sucked into the ceiling, but not his brother. His brother just has just enough grip strength to survive and run back outside to the car.
Jeez. So yeah, I think maybe what was missing, a key element that was missing to this movie, why audience didn't go see this and it's not being well received, is it doesn't have Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I would think because Dwayne Johnson brings budget.
Yeah, I don't hate. I mean, Dwayne Johnson's movies are really over the top, but there's some enjoyment and entertainment in there.
He's
kind of his just him.
Just him being him
sells those movies.
Like Skyscraper.
Yeah.
Anybody else, that movie looks dumb.
Yeah.
But because Dwayne Johnson's in it, it's like, I might check that out.
Yeah. Exactly.
But let me finish this movie. So that, like, the end of the movie, they're in the eye of the hurricane. They're driving down the road. Okay. They topple one of the 18-wheelers, so there's only 400 million left. They get to the next car, 18-wheeler. They shoot one dude in the arm. His girlfriend freaks out about it. They and all this and all like that. And then they get to the last car. And the 18-wheeler gets ripped off the back and he gets crushed by it. So he's dead. So then they try to, like, do a daisy chain where they make everybody from the one 18-wheeler that broke down now all of a sudden get to the other 18-wheeler. So the brother gets off. So they're trying to get the other two thieves off the other 18-wheeler.
Right. And
then they get sucked into the hurricane. And the reason why this movie was so aggravatingly dumb to me, because right after they get sucked into the hurricane, guess what?
What's up?
The skull comes back again.
Oh, God.
It's almost like this dude is being haunted by hurricanes.
All right.
And the only way it's satisfied is if he sees people, if the hurricane sees people, if the hurricane knows he's watched people die to it.
Wow.
Yeah, like as soon as they die and the skull comes out, the hurricane goes away. This massive Category 7 hurricane goes away after 3 people die. In it. Not all the cops, not everybody else, because he was too busy. No, but once he physically lays eyes on 3 deaths in this hurricane, movie over. And I do mean movie over. Like, as soon as they get sucked into the hurricane and they all die, they driving down the road. She makes a joke about maybe stealing the money and going to Mexico. And then, zoom, the Hurricane Heist. The dumbest movie I've seen this year. Very, very, very dumb. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Oh my god.
1.
That's
there was nothing redeemable about this movie at all. Yeah. Toby Kebbell needs a better agent.
Yeah, I was gonna say Toby Kebbell and Maggie Grace are great actors.
Yeah, but Toby Kebbell's accent was annoying.
Oh, really?
He was trying to have like that thick Southern Alabama accent.
Oh, gotcha.
And
all right.
And there was one moment that really made me angry. It was a simple scene. It was like all this is going on, and they're just sitting around talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah, they're just sitting around eating peanut butter and jelly, talking about how they like Skippy and Smuckers.
Gotcha.
There's $600 million at stake, and you talking about peanut butter right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 1 out of 10, guys. Have you guys? I doubt you guys have seen it. Have you guys seen Hurricane Heist? Does it look interesting to you? Do you agree with his 1 out of 10 score? Or do you let us know what you think.
Hurricane Heist is the kind of movie you put on when you're with someone and you decide that this is gonna be a Netflix and chill night. That's literally a background noise movie.
All right.
Yeah, that's all the Hurricane Heist is good for. Background noise.
To get you in the mood like a good hurricane, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and
speaking of which, that song does not appear once in the movie. Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Really?
Nope, not
well,
once.
that's the biggest sin right there.
Yeah, you teased that.
All right.
Don't go see the Hurricane Heist, people. I regret going. Yeah, this man needs to really take a grenade the next time. I've sat through Flatliners. I've sat through Boo Medea. I've sat through... What else did I sit through?
Did you watch... You didn't watch the Kung Fu one. The dragon thing.
Breath of the Dragon.
Well, hey, I did sit through Daddy's Home too.
You did. Okay, that's 1.
I took 1 grenade.
So you took 1 grenade to my, 4?
Yes.
So you got 3 more to go.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our last movie review.